It makes over 1,000 horsepower. It can rocket the 0 to 60 in a little over 2 seconds, yet it can carry 6 people in complete comfort. Hi, this is Joe from Scarff Ford. Today we're talking about this amazing 2022 Tesla Model S Plaid. Let's dive in. I'm a big fan of Teslas. I've had a Model 3 myself for close to 3 years, and I've bought and sold hundreds of them in the car business over the last 5 years. I've bought and sold a lot of Plaids, and they are amazing. These things aren't cheap. When they first came out, they were $140,000, but Tesla lowered their prices, but they're still in the 6-figure range. One equipped like this with these upgraded 22-inch wheels, a little over $100,000. So finding a lightly used one on the pre-owned market is a great proposition for a lot of people like this one. And the amazing thing about this vehicle is it makes over 1,000 horsepower. You get hypercar/supercar performance, yet the ownership costs are on par with a Honda or Toyota. This does not have a... Think about other gas cars that make over 1,000 horsepower. They have complex, highly tuned engines, usually with forced inductions, maybe packaged in with hybrid systems. A lot of complexity. That complexity, added complexity, needs dealer maintenance. A lot more things can go wrong. Expensive synthetic oil changes, big 3069K services. Not the case with Teslas. It's like an appliance. An electric motor and batteries are very simple. And this has a 150,000 mile warranty on the powertrain. So the drive units and the battery have the balance of a 150,000 mile 8-year warranty. So what 1,000 horsepower gas car can you buy that has a 150,000 mile warranty? I don't know of any. So yeah, I can't say so. And the Model X is pretty much in a class of its own. There's really nothing like it. In 2016, when it was first introduced, it was revolutionary. And Tesla, exterior-wise, hasn't strayed too far away from the original design theme. In 2021, it got a pretty heavy refresh. They gave the outside a nip and tuck. They kind of rounded things out, kind of modernized the look, but they stayed true to that original form. The interior is a different story. The old interior was getting antiquated, so in the 2021 refresh, it got a brand new interior. You have these nice, comfortable, perforated seats. They're heated and cooled. It's kind of toasty today. It's getting close to 70 degrees, so having those cooled seats on, I have mine on right now. It's blowing cooled air on my back, and it feels wonderful. Then the vertical screen is gone. Now we have this new horizontal screen that's absolutely gigantic. We have a nice clean sheet design in the interior. Some people ridicule Teslas for their lack of buttons and knobs and interior features, but it's like a sensory deprivation chamber. It's very quiet and serene here. It's not overly cluttered with buttons and knobs. And the majority of the functionality being in this screen means it's infinitely reconfigurable. Look we have an over-the-air update right now. Tesla's constantly pushing over-the-air updates, adding features, making it safer, making it better. It's one of the few vehicles that gets better when it gets older. My Tesla, is a 2019, but I've gained features. It's gotten better as it aged, thanks to over-the-air updates, keeping it relevant. And even though my car is older than this one, the features in the screen look somewhat similar. I don't have everything that this thing has, but the over-the-air updates help keep it relevant and keep it modernized. With other cars, they just get older and more obsolete. That's the magic of a Tesla. It's like a computer. It's like a smartphone on wheels. So the Plaid making over 1,000 horsepower is pretty amazing. This has, and you can tell it's a Plaid because it has that unique Plaid logo on it. We have Autopilot, which is amazing traffic-aware cruise control, which allows the vehicle to brake, accelerate, and steer in its own lane. So, and it doesn't just work on the highway. Any road with lane markings, you can put the Autopilot on. And it's great. I almost call it like full self-driving light because it does drive itself, just drives itself in its lane. It's not going to change lanes. It's not going to stop for stop signs. It's not going to stop for red lights. But if you're in stop-and-go traffic or driving on back roads for a long time, you can get a lot of mileage out of the Autopilot, but you can't get a false sense of security. You still need to pay attention and intervene. This car is very smart. It has 8 cameras all the way around it, constantly paying attention, emergency braking and things like that. But you're the foreman. You still need to pay attention and intervene. Sometimes it doesn't always see or get every situation. But for the most part, using these advanced driver's assistance features, you can feel a huge weight lifted off your shoulders. You don't realize how much mental energy it takes just to keep a vehicle centered in its lane on the highway, especially when it's dark and rainy out. So having the vehicle take that workload off of you just frees up space in your brain, and you can kind of relax a little bit. And that really makes a big difference on long road trips, you know, over a couple hours. People don't realize the heightened anxiety and heightened state our brains get into while we're driving. That's why people have road rage. I mean, you don't usually bump into someone accidentally while walking down the street and they're like, "What are you doing? You better watch where you're," you know. People don't freak out, but that's why people get so angry in cars, because we don't realize that we're already at a heightened state by driving. It's like this primordial thing. So this autopilot can help calm you down a little bit, I guess, if maybe you have a little road rage. Hopefully not. We have this nice wireless charging pad that was also new for the refresh of the Model X. This has a premium connectivity activated right now. It's $10 a month. I think it's well worth it. It beams cell data right to the vehicle, so you don't need to connect your phone to it. You can stream music, watch movies. You get these live Google Maps of live traffic updates for $10 a month. It is fantastic. You can also use this screen to find charging. See, there's charging all over the place. That's the ace in the hole of Tesla. They have 50,000 supercharging locations throughout the world, the majority of them in the United States. Look at, within 10 miles of us, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And you just hit the button and that will navigate you to the supercharger. And it's always good to navigate to the supercharger even though if you know where it is, because it will preheat the battery so it will charge more efficiently. And that's the other thing. So if a fully charged range of over 300 miles, I mean, you're gonna have to do a lot of driving every day to really worry about supercharging. You know, your house is a gas station. You go home, you plug it in, you wake up the next day and it's got a full tank of electricity. So fast charging for a lot of people is gonna be very infrequent. But when you do, you have Tesla's amazing trip planner. This takes their range anxiety out of owning an EV, and a lot of people don't know about this. So Tesla's trip planner, what you do is you just put in where you want to go and it will plan the whole trip for you. It'll tell you where to charge for, how long to charge for, how much range you'll have when you arrive at the charger, how much range you'll have when you arrive at the destination. It can even figure out if you don't want to charge, if you have enough energy to make a round trip to your destination and back. So this only has 77 miles of range right now. So if I wanted to drive to Spokane, which is well out of the current range of this one, I just hit Spokane and the trip planner figures it all out for me. Look at that. So it figures out where I stop to charge, how long to charge for. It's amazing. It takes all the range anxiety out of owning an EV. And the Tesla trip planner is very complex. It takes a lot of things into consideration. It takes into consideration tire pressure, outside ambient temperature, elevation, and even wind speed. There could be a 30-mile headwind if you're in like the high desert that could take away from your range. So it factors into all those things to have a very, very accurate estimate on where to charge for and how much range you'll have. So you never have to worry if you're using the Tesla trip planner that your battery's going to run out, you're going to get stranded. You don't have to worry about planning where to charge. And a lot of other EVs don't have this, so there's a lot of other people pulling their hair out trying to find third-party charging that's unreliable, doesn't work, it's filled up, where a lot of them are envious when they see all those open Tesla chargers and people just backing in and charging. You don't have to mess with any credit card machines or hit any buttons on the charger. When you have a Tesla added to your account, on your Tesla account, you just back in, plug it in, and it automatically bills your account. You don't have to mess with anything. It's all automatic. So seamless. So there's a pretty big depth to the screen. This is almost like an iPad. I have not seen any other vehicle with a user interface to this depth. It was like it was designed by Apple. And that's the thing. You know, auto manufacturers are great at making the mechanical bits, but auto manufacturers are not tech companies. But Tesla is a tech company, you know, because Teslas are pretty much computers on wheels. So they've put the R&D, they put the research in making these amazing user interfaces. And like I said, there's a depth to them that's unbelievable. And it goes the same for the Tesla mobile app, the way it hooks up to the car, communicates to the car, you can pull up live camera views, so much amazing stuff. So yeah, we got a theater package. You can't do this while you're driving, but you can watch Netflix, Hulu, YouTube, maybe if you're charging, or you know, you have your spouse in the market shopping, you want to wait in the car. You have arcades, you can play video games, you can use a screen, you can get like an Xbox style Bluetooth controller. You can even get a keyboard and mouse, a wireless keyboard and mouse to play the video games. And this has a pretty advanced processor. It can play pretty graphic heavy games. Look at, you can download Steam. That's usually for PCs. Then we have the toy box, which is pretty cool. It has, you can play a light show. The light show on the X is pretty cool because with these Falcon Wing doors, it can like dance, and these doors, the front doors automatically open too. It's pretty cool. I've done it a bunch of times. I won't do it in this video, but I'm sure you can go to YouTube and find plenty of examples of Model X's playing light shows. There's a colorizer, so if you wrap your vehicle, you can have the vehicle match the color of your wrap. There's a boom box, so you can change the sound of the horn. You can make it sound like an old car horn. You can make it sound like a goat or a fart. There's a multi-track recorder. You know, there's a silly whoopee cushions. Some of the things are like parlor tricks. Some of the things are, you know, are really helpful. We have amazing cameras for great situational awareness. Full self-driving is available on this one for $99 a month or $8,000. I have full self-driving. This uses the hardware 3 system, which is a little bit older, but I can tell you, my car does a great job. I've been using it for 2.5 years, and for $99 a month, if you have any sort of commute, you drive a lot, you'll like it. The majority of my commute's about 20 minutes, a half hour to work, home and back every day. And it's so good, I rarely even need to touch the steering wheel because now the full self-driving is supervised, but it's hands-free. I just put my hands in my lap, the car changes lanes, merges on the highway, passes people if they're going too slow, and every update, it just gets better and better, and eventually it might get to the point where it can be unsupervised. So, you know, supervision means that you need to pay attention. There, you know, 95% of the time it works great, but there's some unique situations where it gets confused and tripped up, and you just have to be there to intervene. But it has a camera here paying attention, so Tesla really does a good job making sure when people are using this unsupervised FSD, they're not distracted. Like if I take my eyes off the road and look over there for 2 seconds, it says, hey, pay attention, or it'll shut it off. If I take out my phone and look at a text message for more than a couple seconds, it says, hey, wireless device detected, and it will eliminate the hands-free supervised driving session. So Tesla really goes the extra mile to make sure people don't abuse these systems and keep them safe. Some people are better than others at following the rules. So they don't want another Tesla ending up on the 6 o'clock news, you know, bringing unwarranted criticism to this amazing product. So this has intuitive shift control as well. You can use this to go forward or backward. There's an intuitive setting, so it can, looking at the cameras, it can pretty accurately predict if you want to go to reverse or drive and do it automatically for you. You can also hit these buttons here, and you can have, they're not really buttons, but they look like buttons, and you can use these to put the hazards on, to put it in park, reverse, neutral, and drive. We have these nice opening doors. And there's also a setting so it can detect you approaching the vehicle. The doors will automatically. You can hit the brake, and the doors will close automatically. Pretty cool. These cars are just so different. I just have a hard time not going on for 20 minutes about them. A regular old gas car, I mean, I can do a video in about 4 minutes, but like I said, these are just so different. So much to talk about. No engine up here. So we got a frunk, which is a lot of storage. This is also a safety feature. Did I mention, by the way, this is not only one of the fastest 3-row crossovers you can buy, but it's also one of the safest vehicles on the road. One of the lowest probabilities of injury, so it's one of the most technologically advanced, one of the fastest, one of the coolest, also one of the safest. So plenty of storage under there. I'm a bit of a Tesla snob, so when I buy Plaid Teslas, I know people want the big wheels and tires. So usually when I buy a Model X or S Plaid, I usually only look at them if they have the upgraded wheels, which this one does. This has the upgraded 22-inch wheels. It's about a $5,500 option if I remember correctly when brand new. And it really, wheels make the car. You know, when this has the little 20-inch wheels, I mean, relative, it almost looks like a football player like on roller skates. Having these bigger diameter wheels, it just kind of rounds out the whole look of the vehicle. And of course, the Falcon Wing doors are another amazing, cool aspect of the Model X. They open differently depending on the situation. You can have it parked very close to another car in parking spots and it will open differently. It has sensors all around it. Here's a picture when I opened it in our photo booth where the ceilings are very low, so it didn't open all the way because it could detect low ceilings, so it's not hitting the top of the ceiling. You don't want it hitting the top of your garage or anything like that, causing damage. We have these nice skylights in there. The Plaid automatically comes with seating for 6. You have these nice adjustable captain's chairs, very comfortable. Then we have these nice 3rd row seating as well. Pretty easy to close the doors, as you can see. That's a pretty ambitious thing to do, these Falcon Wing doors. Tesla had some teething issues, but they've pretty got them down. I haven't had any reliability issues with them. I've had dozens of Model X's. I've never had any of these Falcon Wing doors break on me, knock on wood. And also with the interior refresh for 21, they added this other screen back here. You can watch Netflix, you can listen to music. We got heated seats for all the rows. You can play video games, control the temperature. You got USB-C connectivity. Nice suede cloth headliner. This is a nice premium vehicle. It's so quiet and comfortable, so technologically advanced, so much fun, and kids absolutely love these things. You know, a decent amount of space back here, but look at that. Since there's no gas tank or exhaust system, we have even more storage. There's also even additional storage pockets on that side, a little storage pocket on that side, and you can fold these seats down for even more cargo space. The third row seats don't, the second row seats don't fold flat, but you can move them up, make more space. Not too bad. Well, there is my long-winded spiel about a 22 Model X Plaid. So much to talk about, but so cool. These things are amazing. You know, if you like technology, if you like speed, if you like safety, if you like efficiency, this has it all. And you know, going back to that maintenance aspect, like I said, 1,000 horsepower, ownership costs on par to like a gas-powered Toyota or a Honda. Teslas have some of the lowest ownership costs out of any other vehicle. Don't take my word for it, do some research and you'll come to the same conclusion. So not only are you going to save money on electricity versus gas, you're also going to save money on maintenance. Like I said, there's not much to do. There's a cabin filter. By the way, it's a gigantic cabin filter. I even touched on that. There's so much stuff I haven't gone over. I literally have to do a video for an hour to go over like the camp mode, dog mode, the biodefense mode with this gigantic HEPA filter it has in it. I can go on and on, but yeah, basically for maintenance, you know, obviously tires, wiper blades, cabin filter, that's pretty much it. No oil changes, no coolant flushes, no induction services, no complex emission control systems to go bad, no catalytic converters for people to steal, no oil leaks. Cars have gotten so complex, and it's, you know, pretty not uncommon when we take cars in with over 100,000 miles on trade, we're sending them to the auction because they just have too many problems. 30 years ago, cars were a lot simpler, but now they have so many computer systems and, you know, emission control systems and accessories, screens and things like that. There's things constantly going bad, but this thing, you know, Tesla has them down. Tesla, you know, repair is very economical for what they what they charge for service is very reasonable considering what it is. Part of that is because they're a vertically integrated company and it's factory direct, you know, dealing with OEMs, parts distributors, you know, franchise dealers. It's all directly from Tesla. They have mobile repair, so things like, you know, cabin filters, wiper blades, fixing things like, you know, door handles, minor things like, you know, broken taillights, headlights can all be done with mobile repair visits. I can go on and on, but we'll end it here. I have more videos on Teslas on our YouTube page if you want to watch more, where I pretty much cover everything if you watch them all. Thanks for watching, have a great day, and hope to see you soon.